Hi guys, it's Sweet Tooth back again. Now then, I'm going to show you what we do with the old pulp. This is what it'll look like when finished. Actually take it out like that. Alright. So there you've got your, that's what it should look like. It's all, now what you do with this is just simply, that launches in the bin. So it's got to look something like that. Alright. And then all you do is just rinse that out and hang it on a line. Dead easy. We'll do that in a bit. So, what we've been coming here for is now we need to put these in there. So, I'll show you what we do. So, I'm going to pop this over to here so we can get a better view. Alright. Okay. So we've got all our demijohns lined up, as you can see here. Simply take these out. I put these on earlier so I could get organised. I've already put some water in them as well. I forgot what they're called. That's an airlock. Airlock. Now there's a trick to this to make sure that you get the right amount of syrup, or, you know what I mean. So put a big funnel in, a good decent funnel, something like that will probably set you back about £1.50. It's invaluable, you'll see why. Now all this is now mixed in, you'll see. That's what it should look like, just a big syrupy with a load of water. So anyway, we tip it in like so, hold it firmly. That should go in there. We do exactly the same for this one. In time you'll work out exactly how much. Now that doesn't look a lot, does it? But this is concentrated fruit sugar. And again the same with the next one here. Now if you've got any comments, please leave them in the comment box and I will get back to you with anything that you need. This is a real easy, fast wine. This is not, it's an everyday drinking wine. It's not meant to be anything expensive. It's literally, you can drink this. I mean, it works out approximately, we got the sugar for 49, it works out approximately no more expensive than 20 pence a bottle. Now that's a lot cheaper than the supermarkets. And I mean, this type of fruit wine is an acquired taste. But then again, if you're on a budget and you want some alcohol, then it's the way to go. So that's what it should look like now. It's got no sugars in that at all. Right. So we put that one there. I'm going to flip the camera around now. I would like a GoPro, but I can't afford it. So every one of these are now level. That's what I meant to say actually. I'll put this video back. All they should be level. The level, same back there. And that way you know that that you're getting the right amount. So just thought I'd tell you that one quick one. So then we just get plain water out the tap. Now people have said, oh well, you want, you know, sterilised water and all that game, but no, I've been making wine now for over 5 years, and you don't need it. It's just more expense and more chew on. You want it to out there, right? The reason that is because you'll find out once the once the yeast starts rising, it goes over there. So roughly about there. Like I say, you can fast forward this video, get to the good bits. This is going to save you a lot of money by just putting a little bit of effort in. And the good thing about this wine is you can make a lot of it. It's not, some wines can take 6 months to ferment, but this is just everyday drinking wine that you can make with anything. Basically, if you've got yeast and sugar and a bit of fruit around the house, you can make wine, and you can make it cheap. And I don't know about you, but I haven't got loads of money to throw around these days. I can't afford to go to the supermarkets and buy wine. Not when it's all tax. I mean, you guys in America, I don't know what price in your wine is, but I know in Europe it's not cheap. In the UK, I think we put on something like a wine is most of it's tax. Same with the cigarettes. Over here we call it the sin tax. Part of it I understand, you know, it goes towards the NHS, and a lot of problems with the NHS is caused by drinking and smoking, which I know. But you find with homemade wine that it is filtered, what you're putting in it. And I've never had too much of a hangover with this wine, because you'll see what we're going to put in it now, and it's very few chemicals. When you look at the bottle of wine and you see what goes in it, that's why you get the headaches. Alright, so I'm going to flip the camera around now. I want to see. So now we've got them all lined up like soldiers. Alright. Now this is a mixture I've made, right? All it is yeast and a bit of yeast nutrient. I'm going to show you, right? I'm using Allinson's yeast. It's just a standard yeast, nothing fancy. You can get it for like less than £1. So, and to make it, excuse me, 1 tub will make 14 gallon of wine, right? The other thing I use as well is yeast nutrient from Wilkinson's. Now all this is, it's just normal powder. Alright, now what this does, it speeds up the fermenting process. So what I've done is, to save money, I've used 1 tablespoon, alright, and I've dumped it into that. So in there is 14 of those of yeast to 1 yeast nutrient. The reason that is because you don't want too much of this, but you still need a bit to activate the yeast, make it really race. But this is expensive. You know, you're looking at over £1 and there's not much in there compared to the yeast. So if you look at the yeast, it's 125, whereas the yeast nutrient is 50. So do the maths, you know. Right, okay. So onwards to this. So we're going to use 2 tablespoons for every demijohn. So what sometimes happens is it tends to spill out. So I get another small, just any funnel will do. Drop it in there. All right. 1, 2. Same again with this one as well. So 1, 2. Same with that one. 1, 2. Now, you can use a bit more yeast, depends on what you want to do. Sometimes I use bigger spoons than this. But I found last year when I was using it, it became too strong, the mix, and it was just pouring all over, so I was losing most of it. So I'm going to use more fruit and less of this. So if there's any left, just distribute it between the rest of them. There we go. Shut it in there. Alright. Now there you go, that's all that lined up nicely. So the next thing you got to do is just pop these little bad boys on. You could give it a shake. I generally just give it a shake like that. That way you get the mix round. Alright. And that'll help start the fermentation process. If for some reason it happens that your wine isn't doing much, you can still add a bit more yeast to it. I mean, to make it cheap, try and stick to the yeast because it costs the less. The yeast nutrient costs the most. And the other thing as well, and that people are going to probably have a pop at me about, is why don't you use pectolase? Well, I find pectolase is okay. It's supposed to be for fruit wines and it's supposed to get the haze out. But again, it's another expense and I don't find that I really need it. Alright, so once we're all done with this, we use this. Now the findings from Wilkinson's are quite adequate to clear the wine. So there's enough in here. You don't really need pectolase, and I can't remember the other thing that you used to use, but that's all I use. So one of them will do 10 gallon of wine, and that was £1. Oh, it was last year prices. Right, so we're going to see what happens in a bit. That should start bubbling. Right. Anyway, I'm going to get back to do a fourth part of the video, and we'll see part 4 if this has been a success. But that's what it should look like now. So I'll be back soon, hopefully.